Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the WPS podcast. That is Why People Suck. I'm Celia, and I'm joined by my co host, best friend, and sister, Alejandra.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be back for another episode where we call out all the ways people are super annoying and talk about what we can actually do about it. We say it so you don't have to. Today, we're talking about thoughtless people. I think thoughtlessness can come in many forms. So I'm interested to see what your opinion on this topic is because it can really vary. And I think that we've touched on thoughtlessness throughout the series here. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking it actually does connect to a lot of episodes that we've already done because it shows different ways that people can be thoughtless towards everyone around them. And I guess we could start by talking about people who maybe don't have manners or what we think of as manners. Like, for example, if you're
Mhm.
going into a coffee shop or something and the person in front of you just slams the door behind them, doesn't hold it for you for even a second, like that's a form of thoughtlessness. And I'm also thinking just people who are friends, family close to you that you often see them forgetting important things about you. That's another form of thoughtlessness, like forgetting your birthday, for example. Like if your brother forgets your birthday, I'm like so insulted. We don't have a
Yeah.
brother, I'm just saying, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be so hurt by that.
Yeah.
So that's another form of thoughtlessness, I think.
Yeah, I think for me, thoughtlessness is basically people just like not thinking of anyone else but themselves. Sound familiar?
Mhm.
For example, the haters and the selfish people out there that we've already done an episode on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, selfishness basically is the ultimate form of thoughtlessness or the cause of it, I guess.
Yeah, I think an example going back to your coffee shop example is like, for example, if you go in and you're like, okay, it's the morning, everybody's trying to get coffee and get going. And you have the one person who, I don't know if they're not working or if they just don't care or what, but they go in and they're like taking their time, the person in front of you, and they're just sitting there, oh, what flavors do you have? What kind of coffee is that? What's the difference? Like asking all these questions. And there's like a huge line behind you, and the person trying to work is just like, dude, come on, let's go. Everyone behind this person is like, come on, I'm just trying to get my coffee and get out of here so I can get to work and get on with my day. And they're just like, let me make this super complicated order and then it's going to be wrong. And so then you have to go back to the barista to be like, hey, it's wrong. Can you redo it? And then it just takes forever. And that's just like something that I've seen so many times. And I'm just like, why do you do this? You know that there's people waiting behind you. Like, you're really just not thinking about the people behind you. If you were going to have a complicated order, make it online or look at the menu beforehand. I don't know. Think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't inconvenience others. I think
Yeah.
what it is just thinking about how your actions affect other people and their feelings because again, going back to this coffee shop example, I'm thinking there's lots of opportunities to be thoughtless. Like if you don't say thank you to the person who made your coffee or excuse me to people who are in your way in the coffee shop, those like minor things are thoughtless behavior.
Yeah, for sure. Little things. Definitely the manners thing. I hadn't really thought about that, but that's actually a huge thing. It's a huge red flag actually if somebody doesn't have any manners, like they don't say thank you or please or excuse me. That's just yeah, that is really thoughtless.
Or then even people who don't apologize. So getting in a little deeper, like if someone hurts your feelings and they just don't acknowledge it or don't realize it, that's also thoughtless, right? Because a person who cares about you should be able to know if they've hurt your feelings or that they're doing something that could hurt someone's feelings. It's just someone just doesn't realize that at all.
Yeah, I will say I think some people are more sensitive than others. So like if somebody does something that to them doesn't seem like it's thoughtless or sense or that you're not thinking about the other person, it might just be because they wouldn't think that it's a thoughtless thing, but the other person does because they're just more sensitive and that's fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's part of like you kind of have to educate people and be like, "Hey, you can't do that because that hurts my feelings."
Yeah, definitely. Talking to people, especially your close friends and family, and just bringing things up whenever you find that their behavior is hurting your feelings, that they're being thoughtless, definitely
Mhm.
bring it up. And what you're saying about the sensitive people, that is absolutely true. I just read a book called Highly Sensitive People. One of my close friends and I, we were discussing things like, "Oh my gosh, can you believe so and so didn't do this or so and so did this?" And it was all about like how we felt taken for granted and people in our lives were being thoughtless towards us. And she was like, "Have you ever considered that you might be a highly sensitive person? Because I just read this book." And I read it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I feel so seen, actually.
Oh.
I am a sensitive person, and that's why it bothers me so much if someone forgets my birthday or if someone doesn't acknowledge, like, if I sent them a letter in the mail or
Mhm.
something or a gift, I wanna hear thank you. And if
Yeah.
you don't say thank you, I feel like wow, you hate me or something. Because if I got a gift from you, a card from you, if you said happy birthday to me or congratulated me for something, I would say thank you. And I would
Yeah.
think of you on your birthday. I would think of you when something important happens to you. And that is like one aspect of the thoughtlessness for me.
Mhm.
Like when someone never makes, like, an effort for you or small gestures. I guess this ties into, like, the reciprocity thing that I've brought up many times. So, clearly, I'm sensitive to that because I do like to make small gestures for people or even grand gestures for people in my life,
Yeah.
and, I guess I feel like it's very thoughtless of others when I don't feel that same kinda care.
Yeah. I wonder sometimes too, like, is it the way that we were raised? And, like, that might have something to do with it, like, or just in general, not just us, but, like, other people. Because like, mom was always or she still is, like, so heavy duty about manners and, like, having good manners so that now, like, for example, if I send a gift for someone's wedding, I expect to get a thank you note. And I feel like it's
Yeah.
actually become rarer for people to do thank you notes. And so if you don't send me a thank you note after I've sent you a gift, like, excuse me? That's rude. I find that very rude because I had to write out handwritten like 150 different thank you notes. And I did it way before the 3-month mark, by the way, because I think there's like a like you should do it within the 3 months or something. I did it within a month and they were all handwritten. So I expect to
W
get a thank you note within the 3-month period.
Wow, yeah. I did too, actually. I did some of them were not handwritten because some people lived in places that could not receive letters, but
Yeah.
yes, I get you. And then I'm a little bit crazy also because when I sent it, I also wanted to hear, "Thank you, I got your lovely letter," and I did not get that.
Yeah. I didn't get, like, any thank yous for the thank you notes, but in my mind, I was like, "Poof, okay, off my plate." Like, if you can say thank you if you want, but I have done my part. Check. I
Yeah,
have
no,
checked
totally.
the manners box.
This also makes me think of, like, when I send a nice text to someone and it's not acknowledged, I'm like, "Wow, rude, thoughtless.
Yeah.
Could at least say thank you. Heart that message, yo."
Yeah, for real, acknowledge it. You know, one thing that I was thinking of that always really irritates me and this ugh, okay, so when you're in the parking lot and it's a full parking lot and you see someone getting into their car and they just sit there in their car and you're just like, "Come on, get out of come on, you know that this parking lot is full, you see it, you know it. Don't hog the parking spot because you're doing whatever, applying your makeup or whatever. Get out." I feel like that's very thoughtless. There are a lot of thoughtless acts towards strangers, which really irritates me. But then the other thing too is like people who are waiting for a parking spot and then they take up the entire lane so nobody can go around them. 'Cause, like, of course, you're waiting for your car, but,
Mhm.
like, you should leave enough room so a car can get around you, so you're not blocking p traffic. That really irritates me.
Definitely. And, oh, man, so many things with thoughtlessness in the parking lot, also, like, taking up more than one spot
Oh,
and
yeah.
not letting someone get out of their car, like, if have you ever parked next to someone and then they're getting out and you're like, "Can you please move faster? I need to get out too."
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
definitely know you're there.
Yeah, and you're like, "I'm waiting for you to get in your car or to leave so that I can get out." Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, just anybody who's, like, blocking your way anywhere, at the grocery store, as we've talked about before. Just
Yeah.
no spatial awareness whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, this reminds me of a story my friend told me. She went to pick up her kids at school, and she was in a parking spot because she got there, whatever, before the school let out, so she was parked there, and then this other woman parks right next to her, parks over the line, and then asks my friend to roll down the window, and she's like, "Hey, I can't get out. Can you scoot your car over?" And then she looks over and she's like, "You're parked on the line. What do you mean?"
Oh.
And she was like, "You should move your car because 'cause you're parked on the line." And then she just, like, rolled her window up and looked away. I was like, "Good for you."
Oh, wow, yeah, good.
Like, "What's
Stand up
wrong?"
for yourself.
Yeah, I think the woman had a bigger car, but not my problem, not her problem, like, "You're just being selfish."
Yeah, wow, that is crazy. Find another parking spot then.
Yeah. So people are weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing is with this, I guess, spatial awareness, like in shared spaces. What about the people who just leave a mess in shared places? Like if you have a roommate or something, or even visitors who come to someone's house,
Mm,
that really irritates me. Like if they leave stuff in the sink and you're my guest or something. Or
mhm.
even if you're just like living with someone else and they're just really messy and they know that they have to share the space with you and it's like, "Can you just please not?"
I know, clean up after yourself, that is really thoughtless.
Mhm.
Yeah, this might be a weird one, but I feel like when people stand too close to me in line, I'm like, that I feel like that's thoughtless. It's
Yeah.
annoying is what it is, but it's just like you have no spatial awareness. It just irritates me. It's like right up on you and you're like, "Come on, man. No one's gonna get in between us. No one's gonna cut the line. You don't have to stand that close to me."
No, agreed. Oh, and what about the people who are constantly interrupting you when you're talking or anybody, like in a group setting, they take over the conversation and just
Yeah.
don't listen to anybody else? That's also really irritating.
Yeah, or they jump in with their own story, then you're like, "Okay, I didn't even get to finish my story because you interrupted me, and now we're on to your story again." Yeah, really annoying. Like,
Yeah.
it's all similar, right? Every like, spatial awareness, but also just, like, awareness of your surroundings, just not really being all there, I guess.
Yeah. I guess it's basically selfishness like we were saying, making the show all about you.
Yeah, for sure. It's the you show, not anybody else. Ugh, don't like people like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I guess in general, it's just complete thoughtlessness towards other people. Like we've talked about it before with people who show up late, like you're not respecting other people's time. People who aren't considerate enough about other people's budgets too, like when you're planning things and then when you travel, you're not considering other people like in the security line or something like you take forever to get your stuff out. Whatever it is, it's just basically I wonder, like, do people even realize this or do they not care? I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually a really good leeway for our game that I wanna play. It's called Thoughtless or Evil. Basically, I just wanna go through some scenarios, and we can discuss whether we think it's just somebody being thoughtless or are they just being evil. I thought that would be an interesting game to play.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Okay, so the first scenario, which we talked about, is the fake on my way friend where you text them like, "Are you close?" Because you're already waiting for them. They're like, "Yeah, I'm 5 minutes away," but they're still at home, like in their towel, haven't even gotten ready to go. What do you
All
think?
right. Is it evil or is it thoughtless? I think that's kinda
Yeah.
evil because how can you not be aware that this is something that you shouldn't do? You're misleading the
Yeah,
person.
it also feels premeditated. Like you knew what time you were supposed to meet with someone, I'm assuming, and then you just decided that you weren't gonna be ready on time. It's just I agree. I think it's just evil.
Yeah. And then lying about it, you could just be truthful and be like, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
running late. This happened, and I'm sorry. I'll be there in the whatever amount of time that is correct. Don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, and also just tell them as soon as you know. Like, you obviously knew that when you got in the shower that you weren't gonna be there in 10 minutes. You could have been like, "Hey, I'm running late," and then maybe the person maybe would have stayed wherever they were a little longer or something. Like,
Mhm.
again, you didn't think about the other person. It is thoughtless, but it's like an evil thoughtlessness move.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, here's another example that, ugh, really irritates me. Okay, the airplane recliner. The second the plane takes off, they
Mm,
slam their seat all the way back into your knees.
yeah, that is I don't know, that's a hard one because I just feel like people don't even realize how much it makes other people uncomfortable. But it's also like, how can you not though? If the
Yeah,
person in front of you does that.
I think it's evil. I think it's evil because you know full well that if the person in front of you reclines, you know how much room you have. So I think it's evil. It's
Alright,
not
it's
like
evil. Super
stupid.
annoying, I hate
Yeah,
it. I don't recline my seat on short flights, like I've said
same.
before, because I think it's so rude.
Yeah, I don't do it either. I just think it's evil. Like, at this point in society, we have all flown so many times. We are all very aware of how uncomfortable it is. Like, we only have so much space. If you're using up that space that belongs to the person behind you, I think you're just evil. I get it if it's a long flight and you want to sleep, of course. But then if you're just like laying there watching something, like this is not your living room.
Mhm. Totally.
Yeah. Anyway, next scenario. The group dinner splitter. They order the most expensive thing on the menu, plus drinks, plus dessert, and then at the end they go, "Let's just split it evenly."
Yeah, that's evil. No
Yeah, again,
question.
yeah, I feel like, again, it's premeditated, like, you knew you were gonna order all these things, and you should be the one that's like, "Hey, you know what? I ordered more, just make mine separate, and then if everybody else wants to split, fine." That's
Yeah,
exactly what you should
agreed.
do. Yeah, otherwise you're just
Yeah.
being evil. Alright,
Yeah,
agreed, evil.
definitely. I never try to make my friends pay for more than their share. I
Yeah,
always say like, "Oh, no, like, you didn't have a drink or your thing was way less expensive. We don't have to split it evenly."
yeah,
Like, no.
yeah. Yeah, I always just prefer to just you do separate checks regardless, it just makes it less uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Next scenario. The loud TikTok watcher. Someone scrolls TikTok at full volume in a quiet waiting room or just, like, out in public with no headphones, no shame, bringing on their chaos, everyone else.
Evil. Like, it's you know what you're doing, and it's really annoying. You're
Yeah,
disturbing everybody else, and that is not okay.
yeah. I was gonna say thoughtless, but nah, evil. You're right. So far we've said they're all evil.
I know we have. I just it's probably because we're more aware of other people around us, and I do feel bad making other people feel like I'm not acknowledging them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's why I think to me all these things are evil.
yeah. I think you're right. I think we're just so perfect.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's really annoying how everyone else is not. Why is everyone so thoughtless?
I know. Ugh. Ugh, okay, the next one, the reply all menace. You get an email chain with like 25 people on it, and then someone hits reply all just to say something silly like, "Oh, thank you," or whatever. Like, I feel like that's thoughtless.
Yeah, okay, I guess we have tipped the percentages now. This one I think is thoughtless. Some people, especially older people, for whatever reason, tend to click on reply all rather than just reply.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, the close talker in line, they stand really close to you, and they're just, like, talking on the phone or just in your business. I feel like that's also thoughtless. I just said this. Actually, it really annoys me. Ugh, don't stand so close to me, man.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Yeah. Oh, what about the person that's late and doesn't even apologize? They just, like, show up and you're like, "You're 45 minutes late. Are you gonna explain yourself or what?"
Yeah, I think that's evil because I was very adamant about this in our people who are late episode.
Yeah,
I do
I think
not
so.
like that, and I do expect an apology because, again, I would apologize for something that I did to you, so I expect an apology.
Yeah, 100%. And you should be
Yeah,
very apologetic. Being late is really rude.
yeah.
So yeah, agreed.
Oh,
It's
and
evil.
playing this game, now I wanna ask you one. What about people who don't respond to your text messages? You send them something and you clearly need them to respond because it's, like, urgent or something,
Mhm.
and they just don't respond or take forever to respond,
Yeah, evil. It's annoying.
right?
Yeah. Because a lot of the time, if you're sending them something that you need an answer to, it's I can't move on until you answer, and I really need you to
Mhm.
answer. And also, I shouldn't have to follow up with you 15 times. That's really annoying.
Yeah,
Evil.
agreed.
Okay. And then the last one, which I think is really funny, the roommate eats their roommate's food and then is like, "Oh, I thought you weren't gonna eat it." Didn't even ask, just ate it.
That's evil. That's evil. You're supposed
Yeah.
to ask.
Yeah.
That's another thoughtless thing actually, the not asking for permission for a lot of things, whatever it is, like
Yeah.
borrowing something from someone else. That's another form of
Mhm.
thoughtlessness, just not asking for permission.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had a roommate in college for 1 semester, she was the worst, but she would borrow my clothes without telling me. And I caught her because one time I was sleeping, and she came in at 1 a.m. or something and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get ready to go out," and she was so loud, she was literally the worst roommate in the entire world, I hated her. And I heard her, like, opening my closet, and then I saw her trying on my clothes, and then she went out wearing my clothes. And I was like, how long have you been doing this?"
So how did you deal with that? Give us some advice now.
I think what I did, I was like, "Were you wearing my clothes last night? Because it smells like cigarette smoke." Because this was, like, you could still smoke, and it was in New Orleans, so all the bars smell like smoke. And she was like,
Whoa.
"Oh, yeah." And I was like, "Could you just ask me?" I was like, "I don't have to wash it. Like, you didn't even wash it. You just put it back." And now all of
Wow,
my clothes smell
okay.
like smoke. Just
Super
ask.
thoughtless.
Yeah. Oh my god, though, but if somebody ate my food, I would freak out. You know how much I love leftovers? I love leftovers. So that to me is evil. Eating my food is
Yes.
evil.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100% agreed. Imagine if you're, like, looking forward to it after, I don't know, a night out or
Yeah.
just after work, whatever, and then it's not there.
Yeah,
Oh
or
my
that's, like,
goodness.
the thing that you planned to have for dinner so that you didn't have to cook. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would make me ooh. Luckily, that's
Yeah.
actually never happened to me, but just the thought of it makes me so angry.
No, totally agreed.
Mhm.
Man, that was a good story. Do you have any other final stories you wanna share with everyone?
I don't think so, none that I can think of.
This is just a really fun episode to think about because there's so many ways people can be thoughtless,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really hard to deal with because you're just in shock, I guess. What is there to do? You just have to confront people and be like, "Really? Did you just do that? Or did you just say that? Like, come on. That's
Yeah.
not okay to do."
Yeah. No, seriously. It's not.
Yeah. And if you wanna keep it lighthearted, just, say a joke, you know?
Yeah.
Say it in a kinda jokey manner and see what happens, so
Yeah. And then if they have tougher skin than you, then they should be fine with it.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the WPS podcast. We said it so you didn't have to. Remember to follow us at the WPS podcast, like and comment on our posts, and send us your stories and DM us. We want to hear from you.
Yep. See you next time.
See you next time.